Bullshit. Nah.
She said we'd get more views if I do, and it didn't, so.
I didn't do my
Fuck
hair
that.
either.
Hello.
Hello. I just woke up like this.
You did?
Yeah, I wake up like this all the time. Just like this. This is the exact look. Actually, no, my beard gets all fucked up because the beard net, like, pulls it up here, and I gotta constantly comb it, and I feel like this side's bigger than this side. Like, this side's always flattened out, so when I brush this side down, I gotta pop this side up.
No, I gotta, like, puff it out to anytime I trim it, just to make sure.
But you got, like, a good, like, perfect thick beard. Like, my beard's all, like, you could tell it's not as thick as it should be. Like, for as big as it is, it should be a lot thicker. Like, I should be, like, fucking Paul Bunyan or,
just
like, Braun
trim it up.
Strowman.
Like, I think the only reason mine seems thick right now is because I've been trimming it up.
True.
And it's like, I don't know, they say if you do that, it seems to grow thicker.
I want to get some, like, beard oil and shit and, like, make it, like, a little bit softer instead of, like, this frilly, like, scratchy kind of beard. I want it to be more like a Bob Vila or Al Borland. Yeah.
Al Borland.
Or what was his name? Billy Mays. Billy Mays here.
Billy Mays, yeah, my niece loved that guy.
That guy was hilarious.
But I saw a documentary one time about a guy that did beard competitions, and he said that, I put creams and oils and stuff in them too, but he said, I'm a firm believer a healthy man makes a healthy beard. So basically he's saying just eat healthy and you'll grow a healthy beard.
Oh, fuck, I'm fucked, man. I eat garbage all the goddamn time.
Oh, yeah, me too.
My beard is terrible. My beard is grown on grease. Grown on grease. Like, you could probably deep fry a chicken egg in my beard.
Shit.
I bet you could. Like, I got that Family Guy beard. There's just going to be like eventually we're going to be doing a podcast and this, like, chick's just going to pop out. Like, literal chick's just going to come out and, like
go
a
sit woman over or like a
like
baby
a woman.
chicken?
Like an entire woman just going to come out of my beard one day.
Damn, son. Hail, Miguel.
Hail.
He hail.
Hail. Miguel misses you. Miguel misses everybody.
I know. He actually told me this morning on Facebook because I posted a memory of me. I don't know whose car it was, but back when they used to park right there in front of the break room.
Okay, yeah.
I could see myself
God, it was so long ago.
really well in the reflection of their bumper. Somebody's GT.
Okay.
And so I took a picture of myself.
I think that
and
was
like my
Kubiak.
shit. Might have been.
Might have been Bob.
No, it was black. Kubiak had a red one, didn't he?
Somebody had a black GT?
I don't know if it was black. It was dark. It wasn't red. I always remembered Kubiak's car being red.
Yeah, Kubiak had a red car, and then he had a newer car. He has a newer car now because he leases.
I fucking miss Kubiak. I miss all those motherfuckers. Even Bob.
The core few are still there. Like Bob, George, Christine, Pete. Anthony's gone. Justin's gone.
Doug's still there, right?
Doug's still there. Dave's still there.
Kubiak?
Kubiak's still there. I'm still there.
Shit.
I don't know who else you worked with, but all those motherfuckers are gone. They're all completely different. Like, Robert's there now.
Robert?
Oh, yeah, and you would fucking... Oh, my God.
I would hate him.
No, you wouldn't hate him.
Oh.
You would just hate everybody there. Like, oh, they're just ridiculous, man.
Why do I feel like I know Robert? Like, I don't know his name or I haven't seen his face or anything, but, like, I feel like Robert was there before I left. Maybe
He might
not.
have been.
Robert just sounds familiar. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
But Ryan left.
What about Saber?
Saber's gone.
Oh, really?
Saber just recently left.
He was just there a couple weeks before I was, and I just talked to him a couple times. Seems like a cool dude, though.
He was cool. He said he knew you somehow. When I talked to him.
He told me
you.
that we like partied together or something.
Okay.
Or used to. Maybe he said we skated together. I think we partied together though.
That's possible. Skating and partying goes hand in hand.
We have a couple mutual friends on Facebook.
Gotcha.
I guess welcome to Buncha Podheads number 7. Wow,
Welcome.
we've been talking for a minute. I didn't even think about it.
have.
I have no idea where I'm going to cut us in there, but I'm sure I'll find some point.
I guess
Maybe it's all
just
going to be in there.
Cut it in. Welcome to fucking Bunch of Podheads episode 7. Like,
It's been a while. We used to be called Shooting the Shit, and that's pretty much what we just did.
Yeah.
So.
But Patreon.
What's up to all the people we just name dropped?
You get to hear the audio exclusives. $1 a month. just right into my PayPal.
None of that exists yet, but I really should get on it.
It's paypal.com/Heyweard.
Give us your money.
Yeah, right?
Slash
Could you
buy
imagine if we
t-shirt.
just had like a donation bin, like a literal bin?
Like a bin?
And like, it would be like a 5D TV, and they would just come out and drop money in that bin.
Just
So,
like get one of those big totes, plastic totes.
Yeah,
you
like
can
a
get at
giant
Walmart.
plastic
Just
tote.
put it on the table and we'll just sit like
yeah, we'll just
around it.
We'll just sit around it, and it'll just be like donate. That's
And
all it'll say.
And there'll never be anything in it.
No.
It'll just be a joke that'll never die.
There'll be one piece of candy in it, one nip,
Ooh, no, there
one
won't.
nip in there.
No, there won't.
But you would already eat
We'll get
it.
stoned and eat it. It'll be candy wrappers.
Mm-hmm.
Candy wrappers.
Candy wrappers.
But yes, welcome to Buncha Podheads number 7.
Is it number 7 already?
The boys are bacon.
Bacon
Instead
in
of
town.
get it? Because Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
Oh, the Force of Bacon.
Buncha Podheads Episode 7, The boys are bacon.
The bunch of bacon heads.
I mean bacon like smoking, not like bacon.
Oh.
Bacon, like bacon
Oh, I
pancakes.
thought you meant
bacon pancakes. Not
like
that.
bacon You didn't mean bacon pancakes.
No, I meant like we're getting baked.
Like baked.
Because we're called Buncha Podheads.
Ah.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Oh.
We're back.
Yeah, right. So how you been, man? How you
I've been
doing?
all right. Yeah.
I guess it's been a minute. I didn't even realize it's been a couple months until you said something.
Yeah, it's been a while. Like I said, November 23rd is when episode 6 came out. So it's been a really... I mean, that was last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, I've been really doing nothing, working at the fucking donut shop still, watching videos, watching a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, I got an Xbox One now, and I mainly watch YouTube on it. Like, I didn't realize how much... Because I lost... Like, I didn't lose cable, but, like, Spectrum... Somehow... Remember... Did I tell you that story where the truck took out my cable line?
No.
Like, okay.
I don't think so.
So I'll reverse back. Okay, so I only have internet at my house, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And there's like one line that goes from the pole. Well, there's a couple lines that go from that specific pole to the house. And so I live in a triplex. And so somehow a truck went by one day and just popped the wire out of the pole. Like just one wire, which just so happened to be mine.
Popped it out
Yeah,
of
just
the
like
pole.
popped it out of the pole. Like it was just laying on the ground. I had no idea this was going on. Right?
does that-
Somebody
I
just
don't-
picked it up and like threw it off to the side.
I don't know how those connect to them, but I imagine they're just like any kind of other cable.
Yeah, just like any kind of
thing
cable,
you
like, it's
screw
just-
onto it, so it probably pulled the cable straight off.
Well, like out of the pole, like outside,
receptacle
though,
part
like
of-
whatever it plugs into got ripped out by a semi.
That's fucking.
So a
crazy.
semi going down the street, right?
I wish I could see like the CCTV footage of
Yeah,
that.
right. So do I. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I call him finally, and we go through all the process. You know the process when you call a telemarketer. It's like, okay, now I'm going to need you to unplug it.
After 5 minutes of pressing buttons on a recording.
Yes, and you're like, I've done this, and he's like, all right, and then you call him back, and he's like, okay, so now you're with a different guy because you probably got disconnected from that guy. So you call like 4 times, and then the next guy's like, yes. And you're like, sweet.
This guy's Canadian or something.
Yeah, this guy's Canadian or something. And he's like, hey, right? Oh, that's Australian. But either way, he's like, he makes you do all that shit again. And you're like, God damn it, let me just talk to a technician. So now you talk to like a third or fourth person. And you finally get somebody out there, and they fix it, and they fixed it. And then I didn't have internet for a while somehow. My internet could only connect to 2 devices. And I'm like,
that doesn't make sense. So you had internet, but it would only 2 of your devices.
Only 2 of my
connect.
devices would work.
No,
I would
I
have
had
to
a
unplug
similar
it
problem
and
recently.
connect another device to connect a different device, which would cut out the other device. But then
So it's almost like you didn't have enough bandwidth to share.
Yeah, and I think that's what it was. And I got a new router. Like I got one of those beastly like Wi-Fi 5G routers from Spectrum.
Yeah.
And I hooked it up, and it didn't work. And so I called them, and they were like, all right. And so I hooked up my modem just randomly one day because I was going to have to call them again. And this is like the 47th time that I would have to call them. And I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. And I hooked it up, and now it works.
It works.
And now I have like 100 megabytes per second.
No,
or something
I don't know what it is, but I just recently, after the breakup, I had to switch it over to my name, and there was an issue. They sent me a modem, right, in the mail.
Okay.
And I hooked it up myself, but for some reason it wasn't working. It would only work if I plugged it straight into, not into the wireless modem, but into the back of the not the router, but the modem itself.
Yeah.
And because I had my own wireless router, they only activated one Ethernet port on the back. So I could only plug one thing in, and it had to be the wireless router.
Wow.
And it wouldn't really work. Like I had to choose either my PlayStation or the computer or one thing at a time. And eventually I called him. I was like, look, this shit's not working. And they was like, all right, bring it all back to the store. So I went into the store. I can't even remember, this was so long ago. But it was a huge pain in the ass. And even they told me that the modem they sent me was not registered to me. It was registered to a different customer.
Yeah.
Which is like, how the fuck does that even happen? Not only that, but it was a brand new modem in the package.
Yeah,
everything.
that's how mine was.
And so, what? And then, so when I told them that at Spectrum, they acted like that was the most ridiculous thing they've ever heard. And so then they gave me a whole nother modem, a better modem than what they sent me in the mail. And then I came home, worked like a charm. No problem whatsoever. Like, but what I do remember is at first it didn't, and I had to call them. That's when they told me that only one of the ports are activated on the back because I didn't get their modem. I had my own router.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, but anything, as long as that router's plugged into that one hole, and I plug everything into the router, I got as many ports as I need. That's on the router.
Okay.
But I know that I had to call them, and it almost takes a little bit of time for everything to like activate and work together. So I think that's what yours was. It's almost like when
I think so.
Something's fucked up and you're just like, man, I'm gonna try it again, and then you plug it in and it just works.
That's how it was, because I just plugged it in and it just randomly started working again, and I was like, because the first time I plugged it in it wouldn't work, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, so I'll just use the internet off of this, and then it was only 2 devices. And I'm like, all right, this sucks. And then now I'm just fucking it's like, it's kind of beastly right now because it's so fast. But now I got like my TV back, which I was originally watching
like cable?
Like YouTube, and no, I don't have cable, but my smart TV where I have my Vudu, where I have all my movies and stuff downloaded.
It's way more capable.
Yeah, it's way more capable. But I got an Xbox One that can do all of that stuff also and play video games. So I barely use the TV for anything but playing video games on it, but then I barely use my Xbox for playing video games.
Yep.
Speaking of video games, I recently started playing Far Cry 5.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
And
what do you think?
The reason I want to talk about Far Cry 5 is because I want to talk about Heyweard Gaming. And I didn't say anything to you about that.
No,
I'm not.
You piqued my interest.
I don't know where I want to go with Heyweard Gaming, because at this point, what I've done obviously isn't enough. So what I need to invest into an actual recording, like the whole thing. Like I need a device that can record the entire like span of whatever. Say I played for 20 hours. Like I need that 20 hours of gameplay, so I'm not relying on 10 minutes of cut up, chopped up play and then going back and doing a voiceover over that.
Yeah.
If I can do almost like I need to start live streaming. I've thought about going back to Twitch.
So see, my buddy Lee was just talking about this on an upcoming episode of Lee Man on the Run coming soon. Probably Wednesday. Maybe Thursday. Anyway, he wants to do the same thing. He wants to start streaming on Twitch.
Okay.
Now, I know that if you can just stream straight to Twitch, you can stream for as long as you want, and you can download those videos later, afterwards.
Yes.
So if I were you, even if you didn't want people to watch it, just use it as a storage device and recording device.
True.
Like, I don't know if you could set it so that like it's a private thing and only people with links can watch it, or if it's public no matter what. But I would basically use Twitch to record as long as you possibly can, or for much longer periods than 10 minutes.
Yeah, because
then you wouldn't have to invest money in like a capturing device and a recording device, which are fairly cheap these days.
Yeah.
But that'd probably be the easiest thing for you. The problem you have is editing.
Well, I'm going to be getting a laptop here soon, which is going to be limited, but I will have a laptop because I'm going to be going to school, and I'm going to be going to school for web design and a bunch of stuff like robotics. So like a bunch of stuff, dude. Mobile development, robotics, web design, like app development, like.
You're like,
so for the next span of like from now to like 5 years from now, I could be, and I want to do 3D animation too.
Sweet.
So
no, dude, do all that because
yes, we can use all that. So once in the next I want to say like obviously it's going to take a couple years for all of that stuff to pan out.
Well, yeah,
but eventually if everybody stays with us and we continue to go the way we're going, I will do all of that shit for us. Like I will and I'll be able to come over here and show you how to do all of it, because I'll be working. That'll be my job. So I'll be able to come. I'll have time to come over here and do it.
Nice.
Like I'll be able to do work from here, from home, from wherever I want to do, because it's all contract stuff. Like stuff like that is all like you get a company. I could be working for Apple and not even have to live there. Like I could live in Ohio and work for Google. like obviously they take the elite to where like if I wasn't like the best of the best, but like with contracting, like I could just contract out to whoever needs me. Like I could be working for Wells Fargo to make their sign look cool when it comes up on their website. Yeah. Stupid stuff like that.
I mean, yeah.
So it may take 4 years of school to get me to that point, but throughout that I'm going to be we'll do all my projects on Matt Archer Media. So all of my school projects I'm gonna put up on here.
Not only that, it's not like you gotta wait until that 4 years is up to start doing things with the knowledge.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be using here.
You just can't go out there and say like, look, I have a degree in this, but like you can do all your own personal shit all you want.
And that's
like
what
you can use Matt Archer as like a starting point.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Like I want to develop like. Maybe be able to start doing stuff like they do with like how Justin was doing with Sony Vegas, to where he was taking video game characters. Maybe take Heyweard Gaming in that form.
I know. I tried to get that motherfucker to do something.
Right,
for me
to anyway. Where like, because I've always wanted to do that with like Minecraft characters. Like you walk in, but there's limited stuff you can do with that without actually editing it yourself.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like an actual video game. Like I wanted to use Fallout characters or the game Fallout, but it's so limited. Like even if we went in there and did voiceovers, it would only be as funny as it was to us. It would never look as good as we wanted it to.
Yeah, unless we really put a lot of effort into making the game do what we wanted it to do.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so if I learn, I'm starting out with all that, but like, I don't know how, if I have to, because mold develop, the one I'm going in first is web design, and it's a certificate for a year. So I don't know if I have to take prerequisites before I do that, or if I can just skip that and just take the certificate and the prerequisites for like math, writing.
I think everything has prerequisite.
See, that's what I thought, but I think like, I don't know if like you have to take all of that first and then get to that level and then take the next class. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I have to go to school for 2 years before I can actually go to school for what I want.
No, that was a big issue I had.
Yeah. So once that comes, the future looks good. Like basically, all I'm saying is the future looks very bright, and it's going to be sunny
for Heyweard Gaming.
For Heyweard Gaming.
Nice, I like it.
Right now, it's on hiatus because, like I said, it's not going. It's never going to go the direction I want it to.
Yeah.
Because I'm limited to what I have. I'm limited to what I can do. And like playing Far Cry 5, I'll give you an example of like if I would have caught on video, it would have been great. I'm sitting there, and there's this bull. And for some reason, the bull gets angry. And he's sitting in there, and he's sitting in his cage, and he's like, you know what, fuck it. And he just fucking runs through the fence. And this bull's huge, like full-size on bull.
Yeah.
Runs through the fence, hits a truck, almost flips the truck over, runs into the woods. So then the follower gets out of the car, and he's freaking out, and then he starts talking to me, and I'm getting a quest from him, right? I'm like, all right, give me the fucking quest.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, and the bull's coming at us, and I'm like, give me the fucking quest. And the bull's running full speed at us, and I'm speed, give the fucking quest.
Yeah.
And like, that's what I'm thinking in my head. Like, that's how the video would go. Like, the bull's running, and it would just constantly be the bull running, and I'm just sitting there, like, and like, it would show his face, and he would just start sweating, and the guy would just keep talking and talking and talking, and like, the video would pan, and then the bull smacks right into him, and that's where it would end. Like, he just fucking flatters out, and you just never get the quest. Like, I would want to do shit like that, like make fun of little scenes like that, because the bull ended up running both of us over, which was just as funny if I would have got that caught on video too.
Yeah.
But it would have never been the vision of like us stopping and then I'm sweating, like, just give me the fucking quest.
Yeah, and you can actually like create in like a visual form all those like little inside jokes you have.
Yeah, like all the little inside jokes and stuff. Like do little funny voices,
make them
and
reality.
Stuff, and, like, then I would have like I can learn how to use soundboards and sound edits and sound bites and like go in there and just like make little clips and stuff for when you're like, oh dude, that was funny, and we're like, all right, let's reverse back and turn it into a little.
I like that. I like that because like there's all kinds of little ideas I have, but I don't have like the tech or the know-how to do these cool things.
Right.
And like, so like a lot of the like cooler ideas I have, I don't have a way to make it. So
yeah, exactly.
If you learn all that shit, I can just be like, dude, let's do this. And you'd be like, okay, I know exactly how to do that. It's called this, and all we gotta like, kind of like I am with editing, you would be that with like special
and that's where I want to go with that.
Design and shit.
That was kind of my big Easter surprise. Like
Easter surprise.
Yeah. Because I hadn't talked to you about any of that, I don't think.
No, that's the first I've heard of anything about that. I was actually thinking, when you started, I was like, oh yeah, I've had a couple ideas too. But I was thinking like, because I always thought about making like another channel, like Matt Archer Gaming or something like that. Or like I knew that you had Heyweard Gaming before we decided to fucking like collaborate.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, well, I already kind of stream games a little bit, like when I play them on the PC every now and then. Well, I don't stream them, but like I'll record it and make videos and shit.
Like
but it's usually like free games on Steam because I don't want to like.
See, I thought about playing those too because there's a couple. There's a thing called Congregate, to where there's a bunch of little platform games like that.
Oh no, I love Congregate.com.
Yeah,
I used to play a couple. Like I used to play Gemcraft, which was like a tower defense type thing, and then there was a game that I'm still waiting for like a second one, but I don't think they're ever going to. But it was called Divine Generals. It was fucking awesome. I loved that game.
Interesting.
But the sucky part is that you couldn't save. So like, I just left the window open all the time on the computer until I just got sick of playing it.
Right.
Like, it was a pretty in-depth game, but my point is I already do that on Steam with like free games and shit. Yeah, you do it
with free games on Steam.
I want to upgrade so that I could live stream all the shows, just record the shows live and then just be done with them and put them out.
Yeah,
and
that would be awesome.
If the thing I need to get, the piece of gear I need, the little capture box, would be able to do that too. Because what I'm trying to do is make it so that it captures through this camera and it can look as good as it does normally. Yeah. But you can plug any other HDMI source into it too. So like in the meantime, once I do that, we could kind of get started on that already. Yeah. Like here or wherever. Like just fucking game it up. It sucks that you have an Xbox now though.
Well, I still have a PS4.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, my girlfriend has it.
Oh shit! All right, cool. Because I got one controller.
Okay.
So
I still have the controller, and I still got like Fallout on there and whatever. Like,
awesome.
Yeah, I still have access to it. Oh yeah, she has a Nintendo Switch now.
Yeah, I'd like to fucking make some Fallout videos, even though it's like years later and shit.
Right.
Like, I don't even give a fuck.
See, that's what I would want to do. Like, I would want to take those characters from like the Fallout world and put them on like a spaceship and make like a fleet, like, but like that design, like not specific those Fallout characters, because what it'll do is,
like make that story or vision or whatever with that kind of look.
That kind of look, yes. Yeah. That's what that gritty like. And it's like a shitty like planet. Like we're just going through and exploring different planets. Or we could do like a fucking like I don't even know, like a junkyard planet or something. Like we're just fucking stranded on this dumb island and we're trying to get off of it. Kind of one of those shows for a while. Yeah. And then we expand and we finally get into space and then we'll see where that fucking goes. Like get some dumb fucking
make it like a series. Like the same characters going on and they're just.
Like, did you ever see Heavy Metal, the old movie Heavy Metal, where they're fucking...
I think it sounds familiar.
The aliens are going through, and it was like Barbarella and shit, and it was like real.
I know what it is. I haven't seen it though. No,
that shit was back in the '80s. I can only imagine what I can learn to do now. Yeah. Like with animation and shit, like Pixar type stuff. Like I want to go from like starting out like South Park season 1 level, and I want to eventually get up to like Pixar level. Like, damn, son. My plan is to go to school for 10 years, work for 10 years, and retire by the time I'm 50.
Big plans, dude. Big plans.
Yeah, big plans.
I like it though.
Yeah, retire after 20 years.
Goals, achievement,
hashtag
setting
goals.
and achieving goals. Hashtag. Well, cool. What a nice little announcement.
I guess
from Heyweard himself.
The big
Tank.
Heyweard. The big star prize.
Shit.
You see what I did there? The star prize.
Yeah.
Instead of the Enterprise. I was a Star Trek guy. It's never huge on. So I like Star Wars, but like I watched more Star Trek than I realized I would ever watch Star Wars.
Really? Well, yeah, I mean,
because,
there's way more Star Trek than there is Star Wars.
There is, because all the shows and stuff like Captain Picard and like I go back to like when William Shatner was. From when William Shatner was the captain up to when Picard was the captain up to Enterprise before the female had taken over Deep Space Nine, I think it was. Yeah. I think I watched that, but I didn't watch the one that took over after her, because they brought back Deep Space Nine recently on Sci-Fi like 2 or 3 years ago. Like
reruns, or they
like the
made
actual
new
like
episodes?
I think they made a different series with a different character. Maybe it wasn't Deep Space Nine.
I was about to say that'd be
maybe it was Enterprise.
There's that show on I think it's Fox or something now, the new Star Trek show with the chick from Walking Dead. She played Sasha.
Okay, maybe I don't know. I
forget what it's called though. Something like Star Trek Voyager or something like that. I don't think it's Voyager, but it's like a one word. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, Voyager. I remember Voyager.
But no, I'm a Star Wars guy. I mean, I watched Star Trek. I haven't seen like every episode or every movie or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like, I like the new ones.
The new ones are sweet.
And I've seen quite a few of the old ones. And I was always a Picard guy over Kirk. Picard was just
What did you
badass.
think about the episode or the movie where they
Generations.
Yeah, Generations.
I actually really liked that movie.
Yeah, I thought
know
that was awesome
I know
how
it's
they
one
did
that
that.
like kind of gets shit on, I think, a lot
Yeah.
out of all the Star Trek movies. But I enjoyed that one a lot. I used to have it on VHS.
So did my dad.
They like crashed on a
mainly how I
planet and
watched
shit.
them. Yeah, right. Like it was weird because like
And then Kirk was just chilling there like in a cabin, riding horses and shit.
yeah, like he was just a regular like because that was his retirement, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
like
basically
that is where he ended up. Like this
Yeah.
is his new home.
which is crazy.
I want to watch that now.
Yeah, so do I.
I remember liking it and wondering why people hated on it. Maybe
Yeah.
people didn't hate on it, and that's just I heard a couple people.
Maybe
hate on
because like Khan and when the Wrath of the Cleons and stuff, all those movies like they fought something and there was like a big death battle. And then,
Yeah.
like Khan was the huge villain throughout all the
Khan!
series. Khan! And like when they did that movie, it was just them kind of battling each other for a couple minutes, and then they're like, "Oh, we're friends." Ah.
it. Yeah.
And they really didn't do much in that movie. Like I guess it was more story driven than anything. I don't remember much action in that movie. Like I remember a little bit of action, a little bit of suspense. 'Cause
In
it was,
Generations.
yeah, in Generations. I don't remember like the big battle.
Yeah, it was mostly story. I think that's what I liked about it.
So did I. I like a
But
good story driven.
near the end, there was more action though. And shit.
What if they did a Star Wars Star Trek cross? Like, what if they're out there, like, say the Han Solo movie, since we just watched the trailer of that. Han's out there flying around and fucking Enterprise is flying by. Like, they don't really see him. They're,
I don't-
maybe they talk to him for a
See,
second.
I don't think it could happen like that because they're like two separate worlds. In the Star Wars world, Starfleet Academy. I mean, I guess it could if they're from different, like, galaxies or something. Because
Yeah.
Star Wars kind of just takes place in that galaxy. Like, they never really talk about ever leaving the galaxy. And in most sci-fi things that I've seen anyway, it all takes place inside of a galaxy, not across. They never go to like another galaxy.
Yeah. But what if
at
Star
least-
Trek went to, like, another galaxy? And
I don't
that's how-
know. I
and
haven't
how they
seen
met
enough.
up?
Like
Like, they go to that specific galaxy.
it would have to be like that, or like some weird like
the fucking Borg shows up
parallel
in Star
world
Wars.
type things. Like they travel through a wormhole and go to another universe in which this is the way it is. You know what I mean? It would have to be something like that.
Okay, I got a perfect what if scenario. What if Darth Vader fell into the Borg, and he became a Borg, and that's how they crossed it there. That's
Well-
where it started.
The Borg is from Star Trek, so it would have to have started before that. Because how did something from the Star Trek universe get into the Star Wars?
Because that's where they're
universe?
starting it right there. That's
I
where
know.
the story begins. Like
But
that's
it-
where we're starting it, and then it'll tell the story of how
So,
the
like,
Borg was there and all that stuff.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that Darth Vader fell into the Borg. So
Yeah,
that
we're
means
altering the
Darth
story
Vader
where Darth
already
Vader
was
burned up in the
Star Trek
volcano.
universe.
Then the Borg found him instead of the them turning him into a robot from there, and the whole Sith thing happening. The Borg actually turned him into a robot.
Yeah, I know, but still, like, something had to set that into motion for one of them to be in the other one's world already.
Yeah, the Borg was already in the Star Wars world.
I know. So, like, how did they get there?
They just multi-jump. They just they just
So
jump. They
it's-
did their
it's like
like
that.
Borg shit to where they
They
opened
traveled
up the
to
wormhole
another-
and traveled through and
All right.
popped into the
So
Star
there's
Wars
the
universe.
beginning of the story. 'Cause
There's the
without
beginning of the
that,
story,
it never
yeah.
makes sense.
Well, we couldn't start it there. We would have to start it with Darth Vader as a Borg because it's the big shock factor, and then we tell about the wormhole, and like that would basically be the beginning, and that's when the credits roll in the beginning. It's like, and then you see the Starfleet, like Deep Space Nine Enterprise spaceship
This-
instead of the Millennium Falcon go by.
This
and then
imaginary
the Falcon flies
movie.
under it and shit, and then there's like the Death Star over in the corner, and we just merged. There would be so many Easter eggs in the movie. From there
Alright.
on out, everything would just be nostalgia. Like it would just piss I think it would piss everybody off because like.
Well,
There's the
you
Trekkies and then there's the Star Wars people.
You need to email J.J. Abrams because that motherfucker has done them both.
Yes.
So like, and he's the one who made the new Star Trek movies, like from the very first, from the first one that he made, just Star Trek.
Yeah.
It changed everything because of the time travel and whole like parallel universe theory. So like in the second one, Kirk died and not Spock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was Spock that said Khan instead of Kirk. And, like, all because of what happened in the first one. So J.J. Abrams did that and understands that whole concept. So he would be the one to do that crossover, I would think.
I think that would be perfect. Like, could you imagine J.J. Abrams with George Lucas and the guy that made Star Trek all combined into one script?
Well, I can't remember the guy. I know his name, but I can't remember the guy's name that created Star Trek.
Or maybe we don't even need him. We can replace him with J.J. Abrams.
Roddenberry or something. Yeah, I think he's dead.
Okay, we bring in the influence of George Lucas.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. You wouldn't even need Lucas or Roddenberry because J.J. Abrams has already fucked with both worlds.
Yeah,
he could do it.
He would just mix them together. I think it would be a good cross with the cast they have now. Like, they would honestly have to go the way the Marvel route went, to where they did a bunch of movies. Like Han would be the solo movie and all that, and they would build up, and then it would be like all of a sudden there would be the Star Trek, like how Infinity War is. Like, everything led up to Infinity War. Everything led up to the big Borg guy coming in, and then fucking you see Captain Kirk and fucking the guy from Star Wars, like Luke Skywalker, running together or something.
Fuck, man,
like,
email JJ. Maybe he'll cut you
Kylo
a check
Ren,
for
Kylo,
the idea.
Maybe we'll do it further on.
Because
maybe Kylo Ren's already gone, and everybody's already Han's already gone, and
I mean,
honestly, with a what if story like that, you can put it in any part of the world. It just wouldn't be a canon story, obviously, but you can put it wherever you wanted it to.
But I mean, this sounds impossible and ridiculous, and this would never happen, sort of thing. But I mean, think about it. With the oversaturation of like superhero flicks and stuff, there's gonna have to be a drastic change in the future, or else people are just gonna be bored with things.
Well,
like,
I asked the question, like,
that crossover could be totally. I mean, dude, they talked about a Men in Black 21 Jump Street crossover.
I heard about that.
Point.
Now I ask people, I'm like, how could that happen? Because I've never seen 21 Jump Street.
Oh, those movies are fucking hilarious.
Are they hilarious? Okay.
Oh my god, they're funny.
So my problem was, like, how does that even work? Because Men in Black straight aliens, and 21 Jump Street's like a secret agent, like, going undercover thing.
Yeah, I don't know how that could have worked either. But you know what? At first I was like, that's fucking stupid.
So did I.
I don't want to see that until I was just like, wait a minute, I think I might.
Right.
I think I might. Because I mean, imagine if you didn't see 21 Jump Street.
No, I didn't see.
But I mean,
I've seen a couple clips of it, so I know who the characters are and like what the premise of it is.
But imagine if Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum were the Men in Black. Just imagine that. Just say fuck 21 Jump Street, Men in Black crossover. Just rebooting Men in Black with Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum as the Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones roles, and being basically the same characters from 21 Jump Street. That would probably be fucking hilarious.
That would be, and then replace the
ridiculous,
the leader with Ice Cube and all of that. Like,
yeah, like basically make that a joke. Yeah, because in the second 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street, they basically just joked about how it was the same damn movie again, just in college. So like, just make that a part of the Men in Black reboot, and it'll probably be fucking hilarious.
That would be hilarious. I would watch it. I would honestly watch it. I need to watch 21 Jump Street. The problem is I only have access to certain movies, being Netflix, and then Alex gives me, like, that's how I watch Thor. Yeah. I have that one movie that came out, The Kingsman. I haven't watched that yet.
I haven't watched that either, but I heard it's good.
That's
based on a
what
comic,
right?
I think
so.
Graphic novel or something.
I'm not 100% sure on that.
Shit.
So like 21 Jump Street for me is like one of those movies where if I don't see it, like, I already know enough about it.
Yeah.
Watch a YouTube video on it. I guess
they're definitely worth a watch, dude.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch it. I guess I'll just have to go to the video place. What's the last rental place in the world over there?
Family Video,
and get the fucking, because I've been Redboxing stuff lately. Like, I just Redboxed.
I'm pretty sure the only reason Family Video is still around is because the kids' movies are free and kids want to rent. It's a fun thing for kids to do. They can go there and pick out their movie. They feel all grown up and shit. And then the parents are like, "Fuck it, I want to see It."
Yeah, right.
You know, and then they rent.
I just seen It also. That was awesome.
It was pretty good. I mean, I never liked the original one. I liked the new one. It was definitely better than the original, mostly because of how good the kid actors were. That kid from Stranger Things was fucking hilarious. Like, he was great. He had a potty mouth and shit. Like, I like that kid.
In the second one, they're going completely, like, balls to the wall, though. They're going to go into the world where it's from, like, with the turtle and the spider.
Cool.
Like,
I'll probably like the second one.
Whatever it actually is,
a lot more.
Is going to be in the second one. They're probably going to do the adult thing still, but they're actually going to go in the world to fight it instead of the ending where at the end where they fight that giant spider, and then it always talks about the other world, and it was just a beam of light and shit like that.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're actually going to take you into that world, and you're going to see because that's what the Lego turtle was. That was supposed to represent the turtle of life or whatever.
Oh shit.
And all that shit. There was a bunch of little like Easter eggs and it, which it was pretty decent. I mean, I watched that. I watched Happy Death Day recently.
How was that?
That's
I remember
pretty
seeing
good.
trailers for that.
That's actually really good. It's kind of like Groundhog's Day. Like she keeps waking up and dying. She keeps
I know what it is.
Different ways.
That's the only reason I was really interested in it.
Yeah, and it gets kind of funny.
Idea.
Like she ends up walking outside naked at one point in time, and just because she keeps living the same day, so it doesn't matter
she's like,
what she
fuck
does.
it. Yeah, at one point, Bill Murray in Groundhog's Day is like trying to kill himself.
Yeah,
shit.
right. I love when he takes the groundhog and just rides off the fucking cliff, and he's like, God damn it.
He gets in the bathtub with a toaster.
And it's like that because with Groundhog's Day, where it played the song every morning, her phone rings every morning. It's like, it's your birthday, it's your birthday. And it's her dad calling. And I'm just like, the whole movie, I'm like, answer the fucking phone. Answer the fucking phone. Because he calls like 47 times. I'm like, answer the fucking phone. Maybe that's the problem. I'm like, maybe if you answer the fucking phone,
yeah, maybe that's the key.
This will all be over.
That's the key.
And I'm like, just the whole movie. I'm just like, answer the fucking phone. So that's enough incentive for you to watch. Does she answer the fucking phone or not?
Maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check it out.
I redboxed it. Like I've been
because I like a lot of movies that people say like people hate on House of a Thousand Corpses, and I loved House of a Thousand Corpses.
So did I.
Like there's movies that people hate, and I'm just like, that movie was sweet. What are you
I like a lot
about?
of shitty movies because I can get past the B-list acting. Like I can get past the shitty like if they're talking and their voice doesn't line up with what they're saying, or like the like I've seen some terrible actor movies, but the story's been great. Like if you can get past that, like I watched a movie. My girlfriend took a nap. She puts us a silent movie on. I start watching it. And I'm sitting there, and she wakes up, and she's looking at it. And by the time she wakes up, there's a fucking tentacle coming out of this dude's like stomach, and like it went from like a regular asylum movie to a straight sci-fi flick. And I'm like,
wow.
This was fucking amazing. And it was one of those shitty Amazon Prime movies. And I'm like, all right,
shit.
I'll say the acting was terrible, but the story was good enough for me to watch the whole hour and a half of it. And it was like,
well,
it was just so like movies like that, especially on Netflix. Like I just rape the fucking horror movies on Netflix and just watch all, except the zombie ones. I haven't watched a good zombie movie.
I'm not a big
time.
horror guy. I've been watching a lot more lately.
Okay, see, I'm a big horror
guy. I if it's a cool concept,
yeah,
or like there's something unique about it or something, I'll definitely give a horror movie a shot.
So like you're more like a puppet master and
or just any kind of cool idea or just something that's interesting. I just don't want to see the same shit over and over again.
Same.
So like
I do dig that.
I can only see so many like slasher movies, like
So,
even though those are more realistic, which
like
I appreciate.
Scream 7, you're not
exactly
you're not gonna go
like
see that.
I think I even said before on a podcast with maybe Jam Up, I was like, I don't want to see Scream 17. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
right.
Or like
they eventually turned it into a TV series. Like I heard the TV show is okay, but you would have to be a super fan to watch that much of those kind of movies. Like I just recently watched Jeepers Creepers 3. The movie was terrible, but I enjoyed
stuff like
it.
that's cool. Like if there's a cool monster or something in it, like I like that stuff. Like there was a Japanese movie came out like mid 2000s or something. It was called The Host, and it was just like a monster movie, and it was fucking awesome.
That. And I think I might have seen The Host. Is that kind of like the? No, I'm thinking of
it was kind of like a Godzilla type thing, but it wasn't as big as Godzilla. And it was like this weird, like. It had like legs and stuff, but it kind of looked like a worm and kind of looked like a, I don't know. It was like kind of like Tremors.
Okay, Tremors
but like
was good.
It was just one of them, and I can't remember much about it.
5. Like that, I stopped watching Tremors after like.
Yeah,
Tremors
once they
3.
started like flying and shit, I was just like, get the fuck out of here.
Like
and
Tremors
the first
2
one
was good. Like the first 2 were okay because of Kevin Bacon, and then it went on. I don't even think he was in the third one.
No, like they started using all those other obscure characters. Like I was thinking like I don't think Kevin Bacon was in the second one at all. It was the other guy.
Yes,
and then the other guy, and then at like the fourth one, it was one of the guys that was in the first one. He was the dad on Family Ties. It followed him, and then I think like the fifth one, it was back to the other guy from the first one. You've seen him in other things too. He was like but and that's when they like started flying and shit, and I was just like, yeah, no.
Oh
thanks.
yeah, no, dude, like.
But I remember the first one. It was really good, and I always remember the first, like when you saw the monsters, they were legit like practical effects.
Yeah.
And it like anytime they blew them up or cut them open or the monsters were wounded or something, like it always just looked like yams and stuff were coming at them. Like it was like orange stuff. It was
like
weird.
oozing yams.
Yeah, or like
it was like in fucking
like sweet potato casseroles flying out of it.
like it's like a Thanksgiving dinner.
Like you saw like a pecan on Kevin Bacon at one point. But no. Yeah. Well, I forgot all about Tremors, and I forgot they made like 5 or 6 of those. Oh yeah, dude. There was
a recent one. I think 5 just came out like recently. Just like
Tremors would be a cool franchise to reboot if they did it well. I think. Because they could probably make the monsters like a little bit cooler.
I don't know. Like monster movies now are just so. Besides Cloverfield, like Cloverfield was good because it was well put together.
Yeah.
But like monster movies now, besides Godzilla, it's all just like I don't know. There's no good. Like I want an original monster. Like I want something new. Like I want something like. If they were gonna reboot Tremors, like I don't know because they like look at Pacific Rim, like they could probably put the Tremors in the Pacific Rim. Like there was a rumor that Pacific Rim was gonna branch over and fight Godzilla, and it was gonna be a crossover with King Kong, and it could have been a cross. They were gonna link it up to eventually
I remember.
A huge monster battle royal.
They wanted to reboot all of the Universal monsters. Frankenstein. They tried to do it with, and I think they were starting with like Dracula Untold, and then they tried with. I think that I, Frankenstein movie was going to be like the second one.
Okay.
But that I, Frankenstein movie bombed. And then.
Yeah, dude.
Because they even had. Johnny Depp was signed on to play the Invisible Man.
So that would have been cool.
So they tried. I don't know if they're still intending to, but I don't think they are.
Yeah, it's because they don't get the right. They don't. It's like they're blind to who the right actor for each movie would be. Like, there's certain actors that would be perfect for certain roles. Sometimes they hit it on the nail. But, like, did you see the new, the person they got for Captain Marvel? Or maybe it's Miss Marvel. There's Miss Marvel, and then I think there's Captain Marvel, where they had, like...
It's Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam, that's what it is. The same look as Ben Affleck, where he's like...
Yeah.
He's just super depressed right now.
Because it's a DC movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And The Rock is supposed to play Black Adam, but Black Adam's not even in the Shazam movie, which doesn't make any sense. Because The Rock is the fucking selling point for that movie. Not Chuck.
No.
The guy who plays Chuck plays fucking Shazam.
Yeah, nobody likes him. Nobody likes what he looks like in the
movie.
Well,
I mean, I don't not like the guy.
Not like him, but nobody likes what he looks like as Shazam now.
The way I see it is The Rock shouldn't have played Black Adam. He should have played Shazam. Because Shazam is a kid that turns into a full-grown man superhero. And he's got like the mentality of a kid, though. Well, so Chuck kind of fits that, but I think The Rock would have been fucking hilarious.
See, that, yes, I agree with that, but the movie should not be called Shazam. The movie should be called Black Adam, and it should be a villain movie, and Shazam should just be the backdrop, like how Suicide Squad was. If you want to do something, capitalize off how good Suicide Squad was, have Shazam as the backdrop character to where he is the kid. He does turn into the goofy adult, and Shazam is the focal point around the entire... Or not Shazam, but Black Adam's the focal point, which is The Rock, which would be hilarious with all the dumb stuff he would do.
Kind of, but Black Adam isn't really... He's not supposed to be fun. He's the villain. He's more of a... He's not like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, like, that's why I think, like, just picture... know how The Rock is in, like, the funny movies?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see Jumanji, but, like, how I imagine he is in Jumanji...
Yeah.
Is how I would imagine him as, like, Shazam. Like, a big, badass guy that could do a lot of damage, but really he's just a kid.
See, The Rock always wants to do something different. So, him taking on this, he might try to go super dark.
Yeah.
With this role.
That wouldn't surprise me too much.
Which would be interesting if they did a darker, like, with not so much dark, but how, like, they did the dark humor with Deadpool. Like, if they did something like that, if they continued to, like how Marvel did with Deadpool, to where it was humorous, but it was kind of dark. I mean, they didn't. Well, it was more cussing because that's why it was mainly rated R and freaking humping a unicorn and stuff in certain scenes. They didn't hold back. Like, if they didn't hold back with some of their movies, but that's where they're trying. That's why I heard they're trying to change. Like with the Justice League stuff, like there was little cliche parts where Superman comes in and he basically says, "I know I fucked up," and they're trying to show you that DC's getting lighter. Like, they're trying to show you that, like, nobody hates being in this world. Yeah, they're trying to be more fun like Marvel, because everybody sees a Marvel movie And they haven't gotten really, even Civil War, and I haven't seen Black Panther, but like those movies that were supposed to be dark still had lighthearted parts to where you can watch it and you're not like, oh, this guy Ben Affleck fucking hates his life right now playing Batman. Like, you see Deadpool and you're like, fucking Ryan Reynolds is loving his life right now playing Deadpool, and it's a dark ass movie, and it's like Suicide Squad was good to me. Suicide Squad, it didn't seem like everybody like hated themselves. It's just, to me, Suicide Squad, and I think we talked about it at one point in time, was the Ghostbusters. Like the exact plot of the first movie and the Ghostbusters. If you follow it side by side with Suicide Squad, it's basically the exact same thing.
Suicide Squad was just had weak sauce writing, man. Like, just.
And I'm hoping the second one, because that's what they're saying it's next.
The fucking
since Justice
villain
League is done, they're gonna go Suicide Squad too.
See, they just need to stop. They just need to, like, go with Wonder Woman and build off that from here on out. That's what I like, because Wonder Woman was good, and I kind of like where they're going with Wonder Woman 2. I don't know if you heard. Mm-mm. They haven't said much about it, but they're making it, and they've already cast Kristen Wiig as Cheetah, as the villain.
Ooh.
Which at first I was like, don't know if I see that. But the more I read about it, the more I looked at her, like a side-by-side picture in this article and shit, and I was just like, no, that might work. That might work. Because thinking about her in the Justice League cartoons and shit, and I think she might have even popped up on the original Teen Titans cartoon.
I remember who she is.
She might work, because Kristen Wiig is funny, but I think she's also capable of acting.
Have you heard of DC's version of Infinity War? Legion of Doom.
No, I've heard of that, but
Jesse Eisenberg is coming back to do Lex Luthor again. In the next Man of Steel movie, he's going to be Luthor. And it's all going to lead up to the next Justice League movie, which is going to be them fighting the Legion of Doom.
Just go off of Wonder Woman. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to make Aquaman, so go ahead and make Aquaman, but make it good, and then go off of Wonder Woman.
Where's Green Lantern is what I want. I understand Ryan Reynolds was terrible. I understand Green Lantern. Green Lantern wasn't that bad. It was a shitty movie, but, like...
The villain was terrible.
They need to reboot it. Like, just take what you had, because it was huge. They plan on it. Green Lantern had a huge universe in that small movie.
That's what they're doing too. Like, it's not Green Lantern, it's Green Lantern Corps.
Okay.
Now that's what they're doing, and I think they said they were gonna incorporate.
So are they gonna start
Hal Jordan?
That's what I was thinking. Hal Jordan.
Fuck. Why can't I think? Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, and even Kyle Rayner. Maybe even other ones. Which Kyle Rayner would be sweet.
See if they did all that. And they made Hal Jordan the villain, because eventually Hal Jordan goes and gets all the rings and he starts killing all the Lantern Corps. If they did something like that kind of storyline, that would be awesome. To where they have, because I don't know who stopped him. I think Kyle, whoever the next guy was, stopped it. Yeah, it was the next
one. Could have been Guy
him,
Gardner, but I don't like fucking Guy Gardner.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who did it, but he ended up getting all the rings and like killing all the
lanterns.
Not just the lanterns, but like one of the top people that created all the Corps.
Oh, the fucking, like the Guardians.
The Guardians, and I think he killed one of the Guardians, and then one of the Lanterns ended up being able to somehow absorb the power of a Guardian and kill him and become. And then Hal Jordan became a White Lantern, he became everything.
No, that sounds familiar.
He became a Guardian after that. Like after he killed everybody, something happened, and he ended up becoming good again. I don't know. I don't think they killed him. Like I don't think he Like
I said, I need my buddy JJ Rogers here to fucking give us the facts.
Yeah, right.
The dude loves Green Lantern. But, no. I forgot why I brought it up. Oh, their Green Lantern Corps is the route they were going. But the way I see it, dude, they got to be losing a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And they just need to build off of Wonder Woman. Like I said, make Aquaman good. Maybe incorporate it into Wonder Woman. Just, forget everything else. Maybe remember Man of Steel, because I still maintain to this day that Man of Steel is a good movie. Yeah, it's not... It's not perfect. It's not the best Superman movie ever made, but it was good, and I enjoyed it. And I thought it was a good start to the whole DC world, but they kind of just went downhill.
Well, that's what I heard, because I haven't seen Justice League yet, but I heard when Superman comes back and he becomes, enraged Superman, that was a sneak peek of Bizarro Superman.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason, Bizarro Superman is going to be Berserker Superman, which was completely different, because Berserker Superman was Red Planet Superman. Bizarro Superman was the clone that Lex Luthor failed to make, and he was not as smart. He made him stupid for some reason.
No, I know.
I think he made him stupid purposely. That way he wouldn't overthrow him, but he would be strong enough to kill Superman.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was just made him stupid so he would kill Superman.
I can't quite remember.
Superman was the enraged one. That would make sense. That because who I listened to talk about it, I didn't even think about it. But Red Planet Superman is the Superman that got like he's even in new comic books. Soviet Superman. He landed on a red sun, and that's what makes him evil. And then he took over with Hitler and shit instead of. It was like a whole alternate storyline. And then there's like the red kryptonite that makes him angry and shit.
A red sun makes him evil? So
yeah,
I don't
red
know
sun,
much about Superman.
Because like if he has red kryptonite, like the red sun is made out of red kryptonite, which makes him like super enraged and it makes him evil.
Reason I asked is because there was an issue, the issue of Superman when Superman fought Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
They fought under a red sun so it would be a fair fight.
Okay.
So
maybe at that point the red sun stripped his powers away, but there was another story.
But I don't remember him being like a dickhead or something. You know what I mean? Being evil.
Okay, so maybe.
But he got his ass beat by Muhammad Ali.
He did get his ass beat by Muhammad Ali. That may have been specifically for that story because I know that when he got split. Do you remember when he got split into different dimensional Supermans? It was like
maybe
red, blue. And the red one was super evil. No. The blue one was like made of lightning. And then he came because there's another like there's I don't know 100% everything about Superman, but he has like so many different arcs. There's another even Superman, the Black Superman, that they could have portrayed in well not Black Superman, like Superman Black that was there. He was the real Superman because the Superman that came back was a clone. So the Superman that has been living with him was from a different world.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, right? Dude, this Superman had a beard and he was living with Lois Lane and had kids and he was under the radar. And then that Superman died. The Superman that died in Justice League died for real. So this Superman had to come out and like be like, fuck, I've been here the whole time, but I'm not really him and I'm really the one that you guys are missing.
An imposter.
Imposter.
Well, I do declare he is an imposter.
I do declare he is an imposter.
That was weird. I've never done that one before.
Imposter?
Pasta? You're making me hungry, man.
I think I'm going to go eat pasta when I leave here. Some spaghetti.
Well.
Some spaghetti.
I know you said you had a bunch of topics, but I got nothing else, man. I don't know. And we're closing in on that hour mark. I mean, we got a few more minutes. We could probably go, but is there anything else you...
I mean, that's about it, man. I mean, we can go if you wanted to go a little bit longer.
Yeah, we can. It's just I got some things I got to do.
That's what I figured. But that's pretty much all the topics I had. I mean, I could have pulled something out of the proverbial hat.
I'll be more prepared next time, I think. I guess I just had a busy day. A lot of shit.
That's fine. I mean, an hour long. We talked about a lot of good shit. I mean, I dropped the Happy Easter news on you. I mean, I guess that's what we can call episode 7, Happy Easter Surprise.
Happy Easter Surprise.
And it's not April Fool's because it's April 2nd when we're filming this. So it wasn't like I wasn't yanking your chin.
Yeah.
I wasn't yoking you.
Dwight Yoakam me.
Dwight Yoakam.
Well, all right, cool. Like, yeah. I mean, we didn't even have a fucking fucked up video or something to watch this time. Yeah, we got a weird setup too. How would we have really watched it? But
right.
we'll get it all figured out. I'm glad you got to the end if you're here. Thank you for that. Guess I'll do all the plugs. Apparently Heyweard Gaming's returning in the future. Bada bing, bada boom. Realest motherfuckers in the room. Follow us on
That's
Facebook.
A story for another day about Enzo.
Oh shit! Don't even get me started. But Facebook.com/MattArcherMedia and Instagram @MattArcherMedia. We're on Twitter too, but I'm terrible at Twitter. Oh, everybody does, but I guess you should use it in this game.
I mean, I use Twitter, but like I guess I have a couple followers. I mean, everything that he's plugging, just everything's Heyweard and the opposit.
At Heyweard, yeah.
Everything's at Heyweard or at Matt Archer. So everything that he plugs, that's why I don't have to
Heyweard is HEYWEARD, right?
Yeah.
There you go. T-shirts available at mattarcher.threadless.com. Actually, just added an OWC T-shirt, 2 Lee Man on the Run T-shirts, and I think that's all I really added recently. But we got T-shirts too for Buncha Podheads. Everything else, get those if you'd like them. Yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.
Poops.
Poops. Wow, Jared will love that.
I had to bring it back for him.